Do you want to improve at a quicker pace? Check out the GitGud Course. Instead of just understanding concepts, you'll learn how to implement them directly into your driving. What makes it effective is the approach and practical drills. Together, we're gonna focus on breaking down those complex concepts into small digestible bits that are simple to understand. Everything from the course was tested and refined during the years in coaching sessions, so what I ended up with was the ones that I saw were the most effective. Let's elevate your racing skills together. Now for the track guide. Before starting, if you want to support the channel, giving it a like and a subscribe, it's a free way to do it as I can push content like this to more sim racers. Now going into the track guide itself, first of all for turn 1 and also for all the lap I lowered a lot the brake bias from the default fixed brake bias value. So I'm using the fixed setup, but my brake bias is 52.0. It helps a lot, especially in turn 1, but also in other corners because you can get a lot more rotation out of it. Now for turn 1 itself, in terms of braking point, I'm braking past the beginning of the curve, so I'm braking right now. Few moments after I go past the curve, I'm applying the brakes. You can even go hard here on the brakes. If you're running lower brake bias, you can hit 100% without locking. In this case, I'm hitting 86, but you can go a bit more aggressive with 90 and it's still gonna be fine. I'm downshifting as quickly as I can and I try to apex around this curve. You can even touch a bit the white and the red and still is gonna be fine. Probably gonna carry half a tenth more if you go just a bit deeper, so it's gonna be a bit quicker, but don't go on the green. If you go completely on the green, the car will be a bit unbalanced, so I'm really avoiding the green part, just apexing around the curve, putting the throttle down, and really you want to use this amount of track, the right tires on the white line. If you will go a bit more towards the left, it's gonna be an off track, so I think you can carry half a tenth more than what I did here just by going a bit closer to the apex. But now going into turn 2, my reference for braking and turning is the 50-meter board, so right now, whenever 50 starts to disappear from my sight, I'm looking at this pole. It's this stick around here. I'm putting all my vision to it because I almost want to go through it. I almost want to hit it. So I'm turning with 100% throttle. Don't brake in a straight line here. It's a high-speed corner. We have to turn and then drop the throttle. So I'm turning at 100% throttle. Just when I get closer, I'm applying just a bit of brakes, 4%, 6%, 10% braking, getting very close to it, and even before hitting it or even before getting at the same level with it, I'm pushing the throttle. So at this point I'm already back on throttle. This is key because you want to jump like this, and again you want to have the left tires on the white line. So the moment that you are going to be close to the stick, you're going to push the throttle, use all this track here, and now I'm bringing the car a bit more towards the left side, and this is the place where I do a mistake. So here you just want to time your throttle lift so that you can touch this part right here with your right tires, ideally. So you will have to do some lift while you take this right hander so that you will time it in a way that the right tire touches this. In my case, you see, the initial lift was a bit too early, so you have to lift a bit later than you think here so that you can time it with this part right here so that now you bring the car all the way to the right side, because the next corner is quite important. It leads to a decent straight. The breaking point for it is the moment that I have the car straighten up right now. So you want to bring it all the way to the right side, and before the 50, when the car is nice and straight, when you have 0 degrees of steering wheel, you're gonna push the brakes, you're gonna go to third gear, and while trail braking here, you want to trail brake in lower percentages. It's super easy for the front left to lock up in this corner, and if you will slide the car into this corner, you will lose a lot of time. So it's super common that the balance will be understeery. Trail brake in 10-15%. Notice that I'm not increasing it, 6%, and you really want to drop it earlier than you think. Like right now I'm dropping it and put the throttle down while going as close as you can to the yellow sausage curb. So cut this green, but cut it late, put the throttle down, and you will use here a bit of this part. This is gonna be fine. Again, if you're gonna be just a bit more towards the right side, it's gonna be an off track. So use all the track on the exit, and now we want to take the shortest route possible to the next braking zone. So we will stay to the right side, we will cut this curve like this, and now we will go diagonally. So if you go from the left side, you will travel a longer distance if you go around it like this, so avoid that. Now arriving in a straight line, use this curve to brake on it, and I'm gonna brake when the 50 will disappear, or very close to the 50, like right now I'm applying the brakes. You can't brake very hard into this corner, I'm picking 92, downshifting as quickly as you can, getting to first gear right now, and still trail braking up until you get past the curb. Now you're gonna push the throttle, and you really want the car to be on the right side, like I have it now, because now this corner is gonna be a lot easier. You really want to prepare this one, because this and the next one will lead to a decent straight. It's not a big straight, but still you can gain or lose a lot of time if you don't prepare it right. So opening up this corner. Now when going in second gear, I'm doing a lift on the throttle. But what I'm focusing on here is to not do the lift to 0%. I want to lift, but to not reach 0. So right now I'm lifting to 24 and then putting the throttle back down at this curb. So don't hit 0 here. That's gonna be key. You will get some front end pointing by this throttle lift. You'll get a bit more grip on the front tires. So cutting this curb, and now for the next corner, I'm not using this curb to open up, even though you can, because there's not a lot of time to use it. So if you carry a lot more speed from the previous corner, you won't have enough time to reposition. I'm braking in relationship with this corner, so whenever I have it very close on the right side, I'm applying the brakes, and I'm not braking hard, but I'm trail braking into this corner, and I want to cut it very close to this stick, but later, you see? So don't cut it whenever the stick appears, cut it whenever the stick ends, put the throttle back down, and the exit should be here, almost touching the green. Now we're gonna put the car to the right side, and again here, very hard to get a precise braking reference. I'm braking a bit early, then I think my braking point is a bit earlier. I want to prepare more the exit. So after I push the car to the right side, I'm braking and turning at the same time, but lower percent. You see 12% braking, still trail braking, so long trail braking, still on the brakes and now on throttle. You can get a bit closer to this curve, that's gonna be fine, but it's super important to use those sticks and apex after them, not before them, because otherwise you will run wide and you will touch those yellow sausage curves. Same here, I'm bringing the car to the left, and now I'm applying the brakes, 6%. You see, it's very soft braking, rotating with the brakes in second gear, cutting after the yellow sausage curve, and on throttle you want to always go up. You don't want to go up then to go down, so to do corrections on the throttle. If you go vertical up, even though it will take you maybe a bit longer, it's still gonna be the faster way around the track. And in short, that's a track guide of Fuji with the Super Formula lights. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a nice week around here, and if you want to accelerate your progress, you can check out my sim racing course. It's in the video description and it has a lot of value. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.